Hi, everybody. Welcome to our meditation today as we continue our series, Claiming Masculine and Feminine Energy. And so we are Ann and Catrina with the Twin Flame Way. For those of you who are new to our page and to the group, welcome, welcome. We are really starting to come to the end of this series. We're going to work through 2 more chakras after today, and then we'll have a question and answer session as we introduce the new meditation. And so you can just kind of plug in for that. You guys can find all of the previous videos in this series in the group. I have gone through and labeled them all. And if you just go under videos in the Facebook group, you can find them all there. They're all labeled. And we started at the solar plexus. So you can just go in the order that they're labeled. They're labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So okay, so today we're working with the throat chakra, and I made a post about this in the event for this meditation today so that you guys can understand how we're approaching this, why we're saying we're claiming masculine and feminine energy and what our approach is. And the reason that we're the reason we're teaching this meditation series and this energy healing series is because we work with twin flames, and a really big piece of the twin flame journey is healing the rift between masculine and feminine energy in your individual energy field. And so what that means for us on an individual level is that we have to heal in the chakra system, because the masculine and feminine energy in our individual field is the energy flowing through the chakras, and so they alternate. Your crown chakra is neither feminine or masculine. Your brow chakra is feminine, masculine, feminine, and it alternates like that. And so that's why we approach it through the chakras, is because we can do a really big piece of healing by healing the common issues that manifest as a result of imbalances in the chakras. And we can take a look at the chakra system as a symbolic map of our issues and our stories and see where we need to heal. And so it's a very powerful approach. And as we heal in this way, what we do is we are able to more fully run the masculine and feminine energy in our individual field. And this is an important step to be able to harmonize with our twins as a divine feminine, and divine masculine energy inside the union, which is a different dimension than your individual energy field. So we know that's a lot of energy talk, and some of you may be new to that. And so just take what is meaningful for now and stay with us on the journey. We're going to be teaching the twin flame journey in the language of energy. That's what we do. And so we'll have more for you to learn with us along the way. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk a little bit about the throat chakra and what it means and what it is. So the throat chakra is located here, and this is your center of choice. And this is where you decide whether or not you're going to align your will with your fears or with your faith. This is where you decide whether or not to respond and make your choices according to what you're afraid of, or whether or not you decide to surrender your choice to the divine will. And so what manifests when we have issues here is in the physical body will manifest thyroid issues. You might have chronic sore throats. You might have just anything that's in the physiological area of this chakra, or other issues might be addiction. You might be failing to make really important life choices that move you forward. You might feel like somebody else controls your power of choice, or you might be operating as a controlling energy for somebody else's power of choice, especially if you're a parent and you have children. So that's one important area to look at, is whether or not you're controlling your children's power of choice or you're letting them control yours. That's a common way that this shows up. And so in relationship to your own parents too, depending on where you are in your life, if you've taken that step to go beyond, step out on your own truly and make your own choices, or if you're still being held back by tribal energies that are guiding your choices for you. And so we're going to get started today. We're going to do the light body activation that we usually do in these meditations, and then we'll come in and focus on the throat, and we'll intuitively guide you through some questions to ask yourself to deepen your healing on a personal level. So let's go ahead and begin. The way we normally do is by in a seated position, and you can just plant your feet flat on the floor, straight spine, tall but relaxed against the back of your chair. Beginning to breathe deeply into the chest, into the belly, coming right into the now. There's nothing to do now but to relax and listen to my voice. And just to receive this healing time, all that needs to come to awareness for today will come to awareness during this time, and it will come gently and easily. And what needs to be released will be released gently and easily with joy. And so let's first, actually, I'm being guided really to lead us back into the hara alignment, because the hara is the line of the divine will that's a dimension deeper than our individual energy field. And so I'm really feeling guided to do a hara alignment. And so we'll actually start there. And so those of you who've participated can go through this quickly, and those of you who are new can follow along. And so starting really to center with the breath, breathing into the belly, into the center of your abdomen, guiding the awareness inward. Shoulders back, down the back of the body, relaxed. Tall spine relaxed against the back of your chair. Head tilted slightly back, tongue resting on the roof of the mouth just behind the two front teeth. Relaxing into this present moment, into the here and now. Feeling the energy that surrounds our physical bodies. Feeling the sensation of that energy and following it inward to the very center of the abdomen. And from this place, going one dimension deeper to the hara line. Laser line beam of energy running through the center of the body. Enters at the top of the head, goes down between the brain, down the spine, out the tailbone, and deep into the center of the earth. And so we'll start first with the tanden. The ball of energy along the hara line that draws in the prana, the Mother Earth energy. Located 2 inches below the navel. And you can just place one hand there, 3 fingers pressing into the abdomen, 2 inches below the navel. Breathing into that space, charging the tanden. You can contract your pelvic floor muscles. And release them. You can continue to do this as you charge the tanden, and just visualizing that with each contraction, you're drawing more energy into the tanden. Belly's really beginning to heat up. Following the hara line up to the chest, where the seat of the soul remains just behind the heart chakra. You can just place one hand there, honoring the soul. The soul is the guide and the map to the life purpose. And then following the hara line up the spine to the center of the head, to the very top of the crown of the head. You can place 2 fingers there. You can draw 2 fingers, use your fingers to draw a few strands of hair up at the very top of the crown of the head. They're just little physiological tricks to tune your awareness to this dimension. So starting from above the head, the transpersonal point, you can just point 2 fingers up to this cone of vortex of energy, the point at which energy is transmuted from our core into this next dimension. Just visualizing perfect alignment there, the hara line coming into the top of the head, extending down through the center of the brain, down the spine, down through the seat of the soul, through the tanden, out the tailbone, down into the floor beneath your feet, and into the foundation beneath the floor and into the earth, the dirt, extending deeper still into the bedrock, granite, water, deeper still to the hot earth, lava, all the way to the core of the earth, where it reaches and snaps in like 2 magnets that cannot be pulled apart. The core of the earth and your hara line. Secured and safe, perfectly manifested and perfectly provided for in this experience of embodiment. And following the hara line back up to the floor beneath your feet as it enters the body from the tailbone up through the tanden, through the seat of the soul, out the top of the head, and back to the transpersonal point. So we're going to very quickly activate the light body. And really what we're doing here is we're activating our awareness around the light body. And we're using our intention to format this energy, to format the energy body to its perfection. You could do that with just visualizing the light in the heart space, broad and open, pure, clear, crystalline, into the belly, just visualizing each segment illuminating, like when you turn on a light. The heart, the belly, the arms, the hips, the left leg, the right leg, shoulders, the spine, all the organs illuminated, all the organs in the abdomen, the neck, the throat, voice box, all the vertebrae in the neck, all the tiny tendons and muscles that hold the neck and the head together and give movement and allow us to move and turn our heads, filled with light. The brain, the eyes, the ears, the nose, the mouth, the tongue, the teeth, the scalp. Illuminated with pure crystalline light. Nothing can remain here in darkness. This is a perfect, fresh, and new energy in this moment, as in every moment. We allow the light energy that we need for each moment to flow in perfectly, and we easily and joyfully release that which we no longer need. And as we release it, it moves on to its higher purpose. And so now bringing the attention to the throat chakra, visualizing the swirling vortex of energy, a bright sky blue. One vortex extends with its point in the neck, in the vertebra of the neck, and extends outward to the front of the body. And another vortex meets the point of the front-facing vortex and extends out to the back of the body. And drawing our awareness to each side of the throat chakra, visualizing a swirling blue vortex of energy. In this way, we're just asking that chakra to open and to come into balance. We're attuning to that level of our energy field. This level of the energy field associated with the throat chakra is the template, a perfect energy grid for the physical body. And when we heal on this level, we heal our ability to bring in the perfect divine will into physical form. Just continuing to visualize this vortex, this chakra, in its bright blue, swirling light, perfectly open, with a perfect rhythm. Drawing attention to the vortex in the back of the body. If you feel some heaviness there, just sending your intention. The divine will is for us to be in our perfect health and wholeness as we're created. And all we need to be in that state is to see ourselves in that state and to choose to be there. And so we just call in lightness and a sense of ease. Considering the vortex on the back of the body, of the throat chakra, considering that to be our relationship with the past choices that we've made. How we see our ability to make choices in relationship to our past. So questions to ask are, do I blame or judge or shame myself for my past choices? And choosing to release that now. And choosing to surrender past choices to the divine will in full faith that the divine uses all of our choices to our greatest good. Breathing light into the throat. Calling to our attention the matters of today which need our faith. Where has there been hesitancy to move forward and to choose that which you desire? Simply recognizing any resistance to making choices, to moving forward, and choosing to reroute that energy into the divine will and into faith, and surrendering the fear that may stand in your way, the fear of the outcome, the fear of the unknown. Perhaps you have guidance to make a choice on your twin flame journey, an action, but you cannot muster the willingness to do it. And so using this opportunity to make a choice to route that fear into faith, saying, it is good and safe for me to take action, to make choices, and to move forward. I know that God will guide me, even if I do not do it perfectly. God will still perfectly guide me. And so from this space, I will invite you to make some new choices about moving forward, moving the energy of creation forward through your body, through your energy system, and into your life. Using this time now while we're all together, we're aligned in our intention to create the highest good for all who come. And so what I want you to do during this time in the quiet space where you are seated, is to use your voice in activating and invoking your choice. This can be very personal. It's whatever has come to mind during this meditation that you see needs your clear choice. You can look at it as a contract with God. And the contract is, I will move forward with trust and faith that you will deliver the perfect outcome. I release all fear and resistance to taking the next step. I choose to move forward now, to receive my guidance, and when I do, I will act on it in faith. No matter how it looks, I will trust, and I know that you will guide me. Just using this opportunity to invoke with your voice the power of the sound frequency that we create with our energy and with our bodies. So using your voice to invoke the choice. So let's move deeper into this work by releasing control. In order to follow our choices with faith, we must release control that we give others over our power of choices, and also that we take from others. So during this time, just deeply ask yourself, who limits my power of choice? Who do I give my power of choice to? Is it my children, my partner? For many of us on the twin flame, it's the false twin or the partner that we need to release. Or it's the family, the community. When we release our power of choice and assign it to someone else, we make that person our God. We cannot receive what God has for us in that condition. So we must reclaim the power of that choice and give it in faith to the divine. And we must also do this for those whom we've taken their power of choice. Our children, our partners, our employees, those we attempt to influence away from their divine guidance. And we do this so simply by just becoming aware of that behavior and choosing to release it. So whatever is coming to mind right now is coming to mind for this purpose. And so again, I will invite you to invoke with your voice by saying the words out loud. I make my own choices in full faith that God is guiding me. I allow others to make their own choices in full faith that God is guiding others. And so now we'll prepare to come back to the room that we are in, come back to the physical body. This is a very simple work that can be done anytime. You can visit this meditation as often as you need to realign with your power of choice. And what you'll find is as you do, that self-expression becomes so much clearer, that your choices lead to the expression of who you really are. When you have rooted them deeply in the faith of divine will, beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes, drawing the awareness back to the body with the breath, breathing deeply, adding movement to the feet and the hands if needed. Coming out of this very deep state of meditation slowly and gently. If you're feeling a little bit ungrounded, before you open your eyes, you can just breathe in and draw an imaginary line around your energy field to the outer edge of where you can feel your energy extends, all the way around to a complete circle. Then breathing in, drawing all of that energy into your center, and exhaling, sending it down out the root chakra into the earth below. And again, grounding all of that energy, such a big release, just sending that energy down and on its way. When you feel ready, you can begin to just gently blink your eyes open, allowing in a little bit of light. And then fully open. Thank you so much for joining us today on this video. Please take all the time you need after this deep meditation to integrate and to come back to physical movement. We will continue next week with the brow chakra. We will see you then.